Igbo kwenu. Kwenu. Igbo kwenu. Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Science, my brother, Uche Naji, son of the soil. This is an indication that my brother, the Honorable Minister, is really son of the soil and is well acknowledged here. Thank you, our mothers, our sisters, and our daughters. The Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, the veteran Bayo Onanuga. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, another son of the soil, my own brother, Dr. Chinasa. The Honorable Commissioner of Information, Enugu State, the Director Generals here, so many of them, you can see that the entire Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation is here to connect with you. On the table we have, as you have heard, DG FRCN, DG National Orientation Agency, and all of them here, all the DGs here. The Senior Special Assistants to the President, many of them here. Another son of the soil, Mr. Stanley Okocha. My sister Linda Okeji, the Senior Special Assistant also to the President. Can you do your own also? The Senior Special Assistant, Mr. Fred, let me also hear you. Thank you very much. Also on the high table, Director General, Nigerian Television Authority, the Executive Secretary, Nigerian Press Council is also a red cap chief here. Can you also salute our brothers and sisters here? Thank you very much. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Tokpe. I want to hear your own Kwenu here also. Thank you. Thank you very much. We also have Senior Special Assistant to the President on Print Media, Malam Abdulaziz. Another Kwenu brother here. Can we hear you, please? Thank you. The Managing Director, News Agency of Nigeria, Malang Ali M. Ali. Kwenu to you also. Director General of the MBC, Mr. Charles, and all our partners here. I'm seeing the National President of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, one of our partners who has also arrived here. Can you please salute our brothers and sisters here in Enugu? Thank you very much. We have had the Kwenu greeting from the president of GOCOP, Madam Maureen Chibo, the president of the NIPR, Chief Yomi Badejo Kusaya, Professor Okeke Chukwu, and the representative of the president of the Nigerian Guild of Editors. Please, your own Kwenu here before I proceed. Thank you very much. Our royal father here on the high table, we especially greet you here, and we bring you greetings from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the entire federal government to Enugu here, and all the royal fathers here. Maybe I will give you 30 seconds for the greeting before I continue also. The royal fathers here. Who will lead the greeting? Yes, please. Can you salute before we continue? Thank you very much. I have received the royal blessing for me to continue. Let me apologize to the people of Enugu who I'm told have been here since 5 p.m. This hall was filled to capacity since 5 p.m. waiting to receive this federal government delegation. We have been out there on the road because we thought that before we come here, it is expedient that first we pay a courtesy call on the governor of Enugu State, His Excellency Dr. Ba, my brother, and he has briefed us on all the wonderful job he's doing here in Enugu State. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We were also see all government projects. There are too many for us to see in a day. If it was possible, we would have stayed here for the next 3 days inspecting these federal government projects. Honorable Minister, Your Royal Highness, I am delighted to be in Enugu, the historic heart of the Southeast, for this important engagement. I thank His Excellency Governor Peter Mba and his cabinet for their warm hospitality. This engagement Thank you very much. This very engagement, like the recent one that also happened in Kaduna, the northern part of this country, is part of the federal government efforts through the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Communications Team, the special advisors, senior special assistants, and all those working to speak for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his government, to connect directly with Nigerians on the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Our goal is simple: to bridge the communication gap between government and citizens, block the spread of misinformation, and strengthen participatory democracy through open dialogue. Today, we want to see all the roads. We want to see all the bridges. We want to see the 350 meters bridge that is connecting Enugu State with Ebonyi State and Akwa Ibom and Cross River State. This one is not fake news. We went there and we saw it kuru with our eyes. And all the people that were there also connected with it. We have seen it. It is not fake news. We have seen it. it is almost being completed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we know that it is work in progress, and very soon, the people of this state and the neighboring states will benefit from the construction of that bridge. Renewed Hope agenda, anchored on 8 pillars, is about reforming the economy, securing the nation, and ensuring prosperity for all Nigerians. It is also about boosting agriculture to enhance food security, to unlock energy and natural resources for sustainable development, and also to improve and enhance our infrastructure and transportation. It also has a great focus on education, on health, on social investment, to accelerate diversification through industrialization, digitization, creative arts, manufacturing, and innovation, and also to improve governance for effective service delivery. Today, we didn't just go to visit roads, we also saw the effort of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in ensuring that the people of Enugu State and all the neighboring states may not necessarily need to travel out of Enugu again because of cancer care. All those who are traveling to Lagos, to Cairo, to India, to Dubai, to all parts of the country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has brought world-class oncology center, world-class cancer treatment machine here in Enugu for you. We also went there. We saw it kuru with our eyes. It is not story. We have seen it, and all of you have seen it, and we have heard the testimonials of those patients who are in that hospital. Thank you. From the outset, the president took bold steps by removing fuel subsidy to end decades of cronyism and unify exchange rates to bring transparency. Before, those that have access, manufacturers here and all those who are importing goods, will be keen of trying to know somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody in central bank before you can get foreign exchange to just simply import goods into this country. That one is no more. From the comfort of your home, if you have the money, you'll be able to access foreign exchange at a unified rate. No big man. What big man is using to get foreign exchange is also what everybody is using to get foreign exchange. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said there is no any other way of doing it. We have to do this in the interest of our people. While these reforms brought initial challenges, targeted interventions such as wage awards, higher minimum wage, cash transfers, food security programs, and cheaper compressed natural gas, CNG, for transport are cushioning the impact for Nigerians generally. More funds are now available to state governments and to local governments for infrastructure and for human capital development. This afternoon, we were with His Excellency Governor Peter Mba, and he reeled out all the things that he's doing. Over 7 classrooms were built here. So many roads he has done. We also went to look at the command center in the government house. That is only possible because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was bold and courageous enough to remove fuel subsidy, and when that subsidy was removed, he didn't keep the money in Abuja. He made sure that Abuja and all the states across the federation have their own share of the money. So all the states now have money to execute programs for the benefit of their people. Are you not seeing that in Enugu here? If President Bola Ahmed before this time, it was difficult for some states to even pay salaries. Now, there is no question of not paying salary. So much money is available for governors, local government chairmen, and the federal government to execute programs for the benefit of Nigerians. In the southeastern part of this country where we are today, these funds are delivering tangible impact, such as the laudable infrastructure projects we inspected earlier today across Enugu State, some of which were federal government projects and scores of others by the government of Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State. By all means, His Excellency Governor Peter Mba is defining the sort of harmony required by the center and the states. It is the wish and the hope and the direction of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the federal government and all state governments will have to come together so that meaningful development can happen. Whatever is the case, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is distributing resources, making projects that impact on the lives of people irrespective of political party. Wherever you are, whichever part of the country you are, whichever party you belong to, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will ensure that the impact of democracy touches you. And if the impact of democracy touches you, you should also touch the president positively. The Eastern Railway Corridor from Port Harcourt through Aba and Enugu to Maiduguri is a presidential priority, with $3 billion recently sought for modernization. Over 1,000 primary health care centers have been rehabilitated nationwide, including here in the southeast. Like I said earlier, only 3 weeks ago, myself, the Honorable Minister of Finance, accompanied the Honorable Minister of Health, Professor Pate, to come to Enugu here, University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, like I said earlier, to commission a world-class oncology and cancer center here in the city of Enugu. In a historic move, President Tinubu established new development commissions for all covered zones. Before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into office, we only had the Niger Delta Development Commission. And all the different parts of this country were also yearning for development commission so that development can come closer to the people of Nigeria. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has answered that, and he has set up all development commissions in all these zones in this country. Won't you clap for the president here, please? Thank you. Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, no region will be left behind. This is his mission. There is nobody that is going to be left behind in this march towards ensuring lasting and enduring prosperity for the whole of this country. President Tinubu's inclusive governance style is also evidenced in balanced appointment and equitable distribution of benefits. On security, the administration has invested in modern equipment, more personnel, and better intelligence gathering to weaken criminal networks or wherever they may be in this country. Like I said earlier, we went to the command center, control and command center in the government house in Enugu. And I saw that even somebody eating banana outside this town, you can watch him from there. Any criminal that is in any part of this state, you will be sitting down and you'll be watching him there. This is all made possible of the bold reforms that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has undertaken. For our youth, unprecedented opportunities have been created for all of you, with more young people in the Federal Executive Council and agency leadership than ever before. There was never a time in our history where we have young people holding leadership of ministries and agencies than during the time of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. On education, through the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, over 400,000 students have accessed loans. Now, what the president is saying is this: any child or any young one who aspires to go to school and who has the necessary credentials to go to school would no longer be left behind simply because his parents or guardians are unable to pay for his school fees. Since the start of this, just a little over a year ago, more than 400,000 students across the length and breadth of Nigeria have benefited from NEL Fund. President Tinubu is not only paying their school fees, he is also ensuring that they have pocket money so that they can stay in school to learn. So if you have a child that is school going and he has passed his papers and is going to any college of education, polytechnic or university, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said, you don't have to worry. Your child or ward will go to school whether you have the money to pay for that child or not. This is the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Also, nearly 90,000 Nigerians have benefited from consumer credit. Now, this means that for those who are unable to buy cars immediately, or who are unable to buy houses, or who are able to buy some household appliances like refrigerators, television sets, and the like, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said, you don't have to go and look for the money and gather it. You can just simply access the consumer credit scheme and pay over time. Recognizing the Southeast industrial strength, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has created 3 key business funds totaling over 200 billion naira. The Presidential Conditional Grant Scheme, the PCGS, the Federal Government MSME Intervention Fund, and the Federal Government Manufacturing Sector Fund. All these funds are available, and Nigerians, manufacturers, and business startups have been able to access these funds nationwide. Only 2 days ago, His Excellency Vice President Kashim Shettima went to the city of Calabar to go and inaugurate the MSME clinics there in Calabar. I want to call on all entrepreneurs to take advantage of these funds and embrace the Nigeria First policy. Now, because the president also knows that Nigerians are very creative, under no circumstance, and this was even mentioned at the Federal Executive Council meeting only yesterday, the president has said, for any businessman, for any contractor, for any supplier, for any manufacturer, you are going to be considered first before any other person outside Nigeria. Because Nigeria is for Nigerians first and foremost. It is only when the competencies and whatever is sought is not available in Nigeria that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can say, okay, you can now go abroad and buy. All the ministries, departments, and agencies have been directed that you must patronize Nigerian goods and services first before you go anywhere. I need to hear you clap very much for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is what is called the Nigeria First policy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is delightful to see that Enugu and Imo State are among the 11 states that have received regulatory autonomy to oversee the electricity market in their states. From generation to distribution. Because the president has unbundled this, you don't have to wait for what is called the former almighty NEPA to do it. States can now generate their own electricity. They can also distribute it thanks to the Electricity Act that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed into law. This he has done at the inception of his administration. We also expect that other states, apart from these 11 states that I mentioned earlier, will key into this policy as soon as possible. Indeed, economic stability is returning. Food prices are easing. Forest markets are stabilizing. And all the global rating agencies are optimistic about our our movement towards the $1 trillion economy that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has promised Nigerians. Indeed, challenges remain. This is not to say that there are no challenges. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has never said that there are no challenges. But what he's saying is that, yes, there are challenges, but we also have the resolve to ensure that Nigeria reaches the promised land. We will surmount all the challenges that we have because the president means well. And I call on all of you, all of us, from the east to the west to the north to the center, everyone, we need to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his drive to unify this country and march it towards prosperity for the benefit of all of us. Now, this is happening, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has spent only 2 years, only 2 out of the first 4. You know, the other 4 is still there. The first 4, he has done only 2 years. Look at what he has achieved. What if this man does 8 years? What do you think will happen? Let me hear you. What do you think will happen here? Nigeria will not be recognized again. All those who have left this country will want to come back. And at that time, we will be asking them, where were you when we were toiling and building this country? Of course, we allow everybody that has gone to return to Nigeria. By the end of his first time, the benefits of the reforms instituted by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will become clearer for all Nigerians to see, as the federal government remains committed to transparency, accountability, and delivering the dividends of democracy to all Nigerians. The Southeast is at the heart of this vision. It is a top priority for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Southeast is no longer on the periphery. It is now in the center, in the scheme of things in this country. While we look forward to very frank and engaging conversation with all of you here, the good citizens of Enugu State, I want to leave you with one message. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to changing Nigeria for good forever. Nigeria will no longer go back. Thank you. Nigeria will never go back to the dark days again. We will never go back to that era. We will not go back to that era where certain sections of the country are being treated marginally. We will never go back to that era where parents are unable to pay for their children's school fees. We will never go back to that era where simple cancer treatment, you have to gather money, sell land before you go to India or Dubai or Cairo. It is here with you in Enugu. We will no longer go back to that era where children are no longer able to read and write under a decent accommodation because they have good classrooms. All that is now gone forever. Do you want us to go back? We want to march on. And Ibokwenu, Nigeria is marching towards prosperity for all of us. Thank you very much.